Today the podcast is brought to you by TKO Beards. They're at Edmonton, right, Dean?
They are out of Edmonton. Jason Simmons on Facebook.
Hands down, the best stuff I put in my beard. Like I was talking to Jason, I said, listen, I've had other beard sponsors before, and they all work great, but yours hands down are the best things I've ever put in my beard, especially the wash. I like the wash. It's my favorite.
The wash is great.
Now, Derek, we tried to get you to grow a beard.
It did not work at all. But that doesn't dilute the fact that, yeah, I don't know what to say.
Can you just grow a beard?
I can't grow a beard. I'm one of those guys that looks terrible.
What is it, tkobeards.com?
tkobeards.com. They have two new products that I saw listed. They have a brand new beard brush. We'll get our hands on one.
Yeah.
It's the super metal style, slim fit, back pocket style, and the new cola flavored. Fill me in here, Tanner. You were talking about
TKOla.
TKOla, right?
I like that one. That was my favorite. But it's tkobeards.com. Use the promo code Final Shot and you'll save some money on your purchase. We're also brought to you by Derek's favorite sponsor, Sovereign Extracts.
Yeah, CBD THC company. The guest we're having on shortly did reference how you can get it, what's involved in some of the new products that are coming out.
Correct.
So
they're not a retailer. You can't order from them. You got to find a retailer to buy.
Well, we're kind of eliminating that process. We're
gonna eliminate that process in this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Black Buffalo. This is they don't pay us nothing. But this is a very cool, interesting new product that I came across on the internet. I ordered it, and there's a lot of people in Saskatchewan that chew tobacco.
Yep.
And this is a healthy alternative to chewing tobacco. I don't know what the fuck it's made out of, but it's very, very close. And I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, it is. It does have nicotine in it.
Yeah.
Just so you people. So it is it's almost like the vaping of chewing tobacco, if you want to use a reference like that, without the douche factor. Also, we're also in the modern man right now kind of cares about his health and his well-being. You can't be chewing tobacco. Sometimes the wife doesn't like it, or the girlfriend, or maybe kids. Can't kiss your kids. Has the same effect, same sound, everything else. Blood orange, mint green, and there's
a wintergreen, mint, straight, blood orange. Maybe another one.
Right. 3-day shipping, since it's non-nicotine or tobacco-based product, so it gets to your house right away.
Yep.
Affordable. I can't recall the price on them.
They're like $6 a can.
Right, from the $19.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I like it. It's interesting. Everybody should try it that chews regular chewing tobacco, like Copenhagen or Skoal. Black Buffalo. Check them out on the Instagrams. The Clinch Fight Shop. The best fight shop in Edmonton, Alberta. My boy Sunil owns that place over there, and they give us a promo code too. It is the bad guy. You can save some money on your purchase.
One of West Coast's biggest online martial arts dealer. Whatever your martial art or style, they have all kinds of cool. My favorite thing I got from them is my rival. Headband, speedball that you got me introduced. Focus ball that you got me introduced to.
Reflex ball. Sorry.
Yeah. And when I do train Muay Thai, they are the only Fairtex dealer in Canada.
They're you can buy Fairtex stuff in Canada, but it's not real Fairtex.
Yeah, you told me. You got me up on that. There is fakey stuff out there.
There's always phony balonies, especially if you buy your shit from Amazon.
Okay, lesson learned.
Sorry, Amazon.
Yeah.
And last but not least, USG Canada.
Right.
That's our guest today. Fuck it. We'll just go right into the podcast. USG Canada, Howie at usgcanada.com, all that. But let's go talk to Howie, Derek. Fuck it.
Let's go.
All right. Welcome back to the Final Shot podcast. Today on the show, we've got the inventor, the innovator of USG Canada, the president and CEO, Howie Lee. How's it going, Howie? Happy New Year.
Not bad, guys. Happy New Year. All the best to you and your family.
You look nervous as fuck.
Nah. Yeah. No.
You're fine today?
Yeah, I'm good. It only took a year to get on here, right?
Okay, I got to jump in. Are we not going to mention your outlandish, amazing clothing right now that we're all sporting?
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, what's going on? Look.
What do we got here? Break this down. We got a...
It's like it's like we're all going out on a date or something.
Well, Howie's not
You know?
wearing the same one we are. We're wearing the official Final Shot podcast tracksuits. He's
Yeah.
wearing a WBC one, which is slightly bigger than the Final Shot podcast.
Slightly bigger.
So was the WBC one made specifically?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
for Tyson Cave?
It's for Tyson Cave. He hasn't received his yet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it'll be a surprise for the new year. He's actually going to be defending his belt on February the 14th.
Where? In Cape Breton or wherever the hell he's from?
Yeah, Sydney, yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to fly me back down, and he's got to defend the belt, and be another great fight, really.
A USG Canada gloves on the show?
I'm working on that right now with the Three Lions promotion.
Oh, it's 3 Lions. That's nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I don't see a problem, but hopefully Dan will take my call and then work something out with us.
Well, also, we have to give a shout out to Howie for these helpful banners that come up in the background. Sovereign
great, yeah.
Extracts, USG Canada, and the bad guy.
Yeah, and I got the mini one behind me too.
You guys put that together very nicely.
Thank you. Only for you. Only the best for you.
Well, I appreciate that. All right, well, let's get into, because we've been bugging you for a year to come on the podcast. You've been bitching out, getting all nervous. One time you cried to me and said, "Oh, fuck Tanner, I'm scared to come on the show. I don't want to do it."
Well, over the years, to tell you the truth, Tanner, you helped me grow some balls.
Oh, well.
So that's a good thing.
That kind of needed to happen a little bit.
Yeah.
I can say the same.
But, so anyway, USG Canada, how did it all start?
Truthfully, a couple of years ago, I was with a partner, and we had a different logo. And when we started, we invested so much money into all sorts of inventory. I'm talking about from knee wraps, hand wraps. It's endless. It was endless. So we were focusing on too much all at once, and I believe that's where we failed. Then I went on my own and just focus on one thing at a time, and that was just strictly gloves. And that's when I met you, right? And then basically the Final Shot podcast became the official gloves of USG and stuff. So that was an honor right there. So that was a stepping stone for us, just linking up with you, and that's how we kind of branched out to having our name known with the boxers. When you focus on something that's like one thing at a time, I believe it's much better than focusing on 15 things at a time.
That's very true. Now, little secret is you don't know fucking shit about boxing.
No, I'm very humble. So like I say, when I come to people, right, and I tell them straight up, and that's all about being humble and being straight and say, listen, I know nothing about boxing. And I told you that from day one.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, teach me. I'm here to learn. You know what I mean? So, and I'm grateful for what you've taught me for the past year. Who to talk to, who to stay away from. Like your recommendation, it goes a long way. So I appreciate that.
Why boxing gloves?
Why not? Why not? I mean, I see. Rival is my idol right there. First of all,
Russ Amber.
Yeah, I mean, Russ Amber. I love to meet him one day in person, right? So he's like an icon. You know what I mean? So I love to shake the man's hand. I love to be around successful people. So I hope one day, he'll invite me for lunch, or I'll invite him for lunch.
It'd be nice to see actually two Canadian leaders in combat sports, apparel, gloves, and stuff like that could get together and actually be friendly.
Absolutely. I mean, the pie is so big. You know what I mean? So if I just have a slice of the pie, I'm happy. I don't want the whole pie.
So over 2019, you've been able to add some fairly interesting characters to the USG roster. Myself. Adam Braidwood, who is an interesting character. He's crazy. Ryan the Real Deal Ford, Tyson Cave. Who else you got?
I got Arthur, the Czech Wolf. He's an Olympic Pan Am gold medalist. So I got him on board. A Balkan, he's great.
Sweats
Dylan
too
Carmen.
Much.
Dylan Carmen.
Yeah, Big Country.
Another great guy. Yeah, Big Country. He's an awesome guy. And then there's a few other smaller guys, but like I said, I treat everybody the same,
Sure.
You have the big three in Canada as far as I'm concerned right now, and that's Adam Braidwood, Ryan the Real Deal Ford, and Dylan Carmen.
Actually, sorry. My stepping stone was with Cody Crowley.
Oh yes.
Yeah, from the very beginning. You know what? Yeah, him and I connected. He's very humble. You know, as a boxer, you know, he fights for the people, and the people love him.
Very
So
nice guy.
Yeah, I love him to death.
And congratulations to him. He just got married. So
yeah, I saw that. I congratulate him too on Facebook.
Which is that's pretty cool because his wife now, but his girlfriend's kind of been like a ride or die for him, right? They're both from Peterborough, Ontario. Yeah. He packed up, went to Vegas, and she just tagged along and went on for the ride, which is cool. Good for her.
Sounds just like a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pack up and go. That must be scary, man. You know?
Terrifying.
Buddy.
I did it way back in the day when I got into a little bit of trouble. And I needed a change of scenery, so I packed all my clothes into a hockey bag and moved from Peterborough to Victoria, BC.
And not know anybody?
Didn't know nobody.
I don't know how you guys do that, man. That's my hat goes off to you guys. That takes a lot of courage, you know?
Terrifying. Sometimes you don't know where you're going to sleep. You don't you don't know where you're going to get any money from. You don't know where you're going to eat. But hey, man, it all worked out in the end, so I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad I did it, and I'm sure Cody's very happy that he did it. Now he's linked up with the UFC Fight Pass and Dana White.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool, and you know that's all from his hard work, right? So it pays off.
Well, this is our New Year's show, Derek.
Yes.
So you know what comes with flipping over into a new year?
I don't know.
Is the Final Shot Podcast Awards.
Yeah, we talked about that briefly.
We can talk. Howie, you listen to our show, right?
Yes, sir.
What was your favorite show this year?
There was a few actually that stood out. One with Adam.
Okay.
One with Dylan.
Okay.
And the last one, I think Tyson Cave was pretty funny.
That's on par, which we thought too. How pretty well close on par. Yeah.
We're also going to be launching the Final Shot Podcast Hall of Fame / Hall of Shame.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we're going to induct 2 Hall of Famers this year and 1 Hall of Shamer this year. And I'm going to let Derek pick the Hall of Shamer.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I can't pick myself. Yeah. Are we doing this right now?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Oh, wow. New year, put on the spot. Hall of Shame Award. I kind of mentioned something in private text, and I'm going to, since we're doing this live, I have to look for affirmation from you right now. Do you want to mention those names I mentioned to you in text for those guys from Edmonton that kind of made fighting for you a little difficult?
We don't even need to give them any recognition.
That was my pick.
Are we gonna get shot for naming the Hall of Shamer?
Well, no. And the Hall of Shame doesn't mean as bad. Maybe yeah, everybody that I said I'm really not allowed to mention their name.
I feel like you're gonna induct Luke Spicer.
Luke Spicer. No, he tried his best. No, fuck. I can't do that to that guy. He's no.
Awesome guy. You know what? He reached out to me too, and you know, to say hi and stuff.
That's cool.
Nice guy. He's a really nice guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll go with the Hall of Famers this year. We're gonna induct a guy that was kind of with me from the beginning. He came on as it was a segment. We called it 10 Minutes with the Boogeyman. Adam Braidwood goes into the Final Shot Podcast Hall of Fame this year, along with the 2018 Guest of the Year. He's been on the show multiple times. They always get amazing downloads, and that's Steve the Dragon Claggett.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to meet him one day.
Steve's a very cool guy, man. You'd like him.
Super smart.
Yeah.
If you go back to the podcast, those people that are on the video, if you didn't check it on YouTube, he takes us to a tour of his downstairs little boxing gym and all these weird trinkets and toys. It's fast forward to 40 minutes in, and you guys can really check it out. It's really super cool.
Nice. I should check them this year. Yeah. For sure.
Derek's not going to do the Hall of Shame award, so I'm going to induct the Hall of Shame award, and that's going to be Don Collette.
I thought we were talking about boxers.
No, there's a guest on the show.
Oh, okay.
So, Podcast of the Year award we've got up for voting is going to be Dylan Carmen, Tyson Cave, Steve Claggett again, because he always gets amazing downloads. Adam Braidwood.
And we had David Lemieux just crush it this year.
David Lemieux murdered it on the show this year. And I'm going to throw in the wild card for number 6, and that's going to be Emmanuel Estevan from Eye of the Tiger Management.
Good.
Nice.
We'll throw that out on Instagram and Facebook. We'll throw up a poll, and you guys can pick. And, yeah.
I didn't catch your second wall of shamer. Who was that?
No, just one wall of shame, but fucking Don Collette, that piece of shit.
That covers both.
Yeah. That covers both, because I'm pretty sure the other one's related to him somehow. They look like fucking brothers. Both look like they came out of the Lord of the fucking Rings movie.
I'm dying to ask my questions.
Go.
I'm excited, man.
Okay.
Hey, Howie, you know what?
sir.
I have a ton of questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm fascinated with the brand, how you came to business, your business plans, your future dealings with. But we'll kind of, like you said, let's just focus one thing at a time. You say you don't have a history in boxing, and you're very humble about it, which is super cool. However, you seem to gotten to the industry pretty deep. Let's talk about. First thing I want to talk about is your view or your thoughts on sponsorships of fighters and you being active within the community when you're not maybe a fighter yourself. So let's talk about the sponsorships. What does it include? How do you get involved? A lot of fighters are listening right now because and kind of want to know the deal and how you pick fighters. What does the sponsorship include? If there's different levels to being a sponsorship, or yeah, just go ahead.
Okay. All right. So last year, I'll go by last year's sponsorship agreement. I tend to pick out fighters that are humble. Right? I don't like fighters that are egotistical. I don't care if you're a great fighter, but if you have that attitude, it doesn't kick me.
Yeah, I'm just laughing at Tanner.
It's all about me. I'm all about people and people skills and
Right.
building relationship.
Right.
So if I have a connection with you on the same page, yeah, I'll sponsor you.
Sure.
And then it all depends on your record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your social media
Presence.
If you have a great follower.
Yeah. Right.
Right, so I mean, go ahead.
I'm just looking at the USG brand across your chest. Was that an established brand, or did you come up with that yourself?
So no, it's the whole brand. So I had to rebrand my logo last year when I first met Tanner. My old logo was the guy flexing.
Oh.
So that was the old partners, but it just didn't look right for the actual fight itself. That was more geared to fitness,
Okay.
like fitness gym and stuff like that. So when my partner and I broke up, I had to do something, and I couldn't let USG go, and USG was still there. The name was still there. We just had to rebrand the logo.
Right. And you're mostly focused on the Canadian market for now?
Yeah, for now, one stepping stone at a time, right? So the 2020, I like to get into the U.S. market, and hopefully by the help of my friend Eugene, he's apparently working on getting some gloves into the Mayweather fight camp.
Okay.
So that's
a
huge
big
thing.
deal, man. Good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And you're willing to do all combat sports? Pardon me. We're talking about Muay Thai. You do the Muay Thai stuff. I've seen Muay Thai fighters. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to focus too much at a time. So I think what I want to do right now is the boxing gloves. It's pretty much established, and now we're blessed to get into the MMA.
Right.
And I think we got into the MMA just the perfect timing. So as it's gonna coming back to Canada, it's gonna be big again. So our gloves. Yep.
Let's talk about your gloves. How many models you have? You have a custom model line. You have a synthetic kind, which I'm holding right now, which can't be seen on camera. I'm gonna throw to Tanner right now, so people can get it to see.
Yeah, let me grab this one here. Hold on. Yeah, Tanner was.
Oh, fuck! His phone fell.
That's okay.
Fuck. Too early for this shit.
There we go.
There we go.
We got the synthetics here.
We have synthetic. We have leather.
Yep.
And they all at different price points.
Yeah. And I hear you're great at building websites, Derek.
Yeah, we do a little more than building websites. We build kind of click funnels, and we kind of try to get people to buy our stuff. But I'm just want to talk about like the gloves itself. 10, 12, 14, 18 ounces.
Yep.
And then you also have an MMA glove as well. But like we said, let's just focus on the box.
We don't have any of those here, unfortunately.
Well, Derek, here's the thing. Going back to my first couple of years of business,
Sure.
where my partner and I were always bumping heads and stuff. Say, for instance, we'll have this black and purple.
Yeah.
Okay. It's one style, but it'll have this style in like 20 different colors. Who the fuck needs 20 different colors? It was just too much.
Okay.
And when you give too much variety to customers, it doesn't work.
It's I find out at restaurants, I call it decision fatigue. When I just go to restaurants, they got 4,000 things. I'm like, I end up getting a burger because you're just tired of it.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Right. Cool. Are you involved in the manufacturing process with these at all?
Yeah. So we are the manufacturing plant. So anybody that calls that USG, they're coming right to the source.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is where I benefit a lot from other people, because I still get emails and Instagram messages saying, hey, we're the manufacturing plant, let us make gloves for you. And I just shut them up, I say, hey, this is my manufacturing plant here, this is the address, this is who I am. So I did partner up with my ex-partner. It's his brother-in-law's manufacturing plant.
Okay.
So in Salko, Pakistan, reality, there's only about 7 big plants out there, but everybody claims that they're the manufacturing plant. There's like 1,000 some agents out there, and they're all students. I'll give you a sample, I don't know, Precision Striking on YouTube.
Yeah, Shane Frazen. No, it's the other guy, the bald-headed guy. Jason. Yeah. He has a great video on depression. Anyways, go ahead.
He's got over 500,000 subscribers.
He's amazing. Yeah, go ahead. Talk.
So this is his glove, okay?
Okay.
So you can see the quality.
Right.
It's all crooked. They use really cheap leather, and even the Velcro, you can peel it with just like,
Oh,
that's not a USG glove.
Yeah, for the record.
It's not. No, this is not a USG glove.
Yeah.
So he came to me and he says, "This is what I paid." So he paid just as much as what I gave him. But this is the updated version of USG.
Wow.
Right. So we use genuine cowhide leather. A lot of them say they use cowhide leather, but sometimes they use sheep leather, fucking bull leather, used up leather. Yeah, you can see the stitching there too, and plus the foaming is very soft. Where you can see Jason's here, like you can actually knock a guy's jaw out. It's so friggin' hard.
Right.
So what they do, they go around to these manufacturing plants and grab up all the used foam, right? And they repress it themselves and just use up leather and stuff, and they give you crap,
Okay.
Oh.
That's why I asked these questions. Good to know.
Yeah. You'll know a true manufacturing plant if you call them up and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, send me a sample. And if they say they'll send you a sample without shipping, cost, whatever, it comes right to your door, they're the manufacturing plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if they're saying, yeah, you know what, we'll make it for you, but you have to pay $250 for shipping. Motherfucker, that includes what he just made you and more.
Yeah.
I don't believe that shit, I always believe if you want somebody's business, you send me a sample and you take the loss and you just hope it comes back.
I can't help, after talking about the gloves, that you've expanded your product line to include, I'm looking in front of me, I have a pair of boots in my hand. So you go, what?
Holy smokes.
Like, what else do you?
That was a fun one, Tanner. That was a fun one when you said, "Howie, make me a vest that no one ever has."
Yeah.
I said, this guy's putting me to challenge now.
Yeah. Tell me about some of your other product lines, because I've seen them, and maybe not everybody knows that you even do it. You do hand pads, for example.
What?
Hand pads, gloves, protection.
Oh, yeah. We got focus pads. So I'm gonna so basically, if someone wants something new, I would introduce it at the same time. I'm not gonna invest my money into a whole array of inventory, from focus pad, headgear, grind protector, and have my stock just sitting there.
Okay.
So I'm building. It's like a stepping stone. I'm gonna build one thing at a time.
Okay.
So, and I think that's where I'm succeeding right now, because I don't have to worry about, oh my God, I got 60 hand wraps, not hand wraps, headgear, 500 shin guards. I can't have that.
Well, the good thing about that and being close to the production plant is that we can get kind of like the beta samples. Is you could send us something, and like say the Dick Guard, and Tanner tries and realize that like there's something faulty or something that needs to be done. We can change it on the fly before it goes out to the masses. So that's kind of a cool feature.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sleep, to be honest with you. I mean, like at 3 a.m. it's pretty much 12 p.m. in Pakistan, so they're 3 hours behind. So that's when I'm up at 3 a.m. Walking through the manufacturing plant, and they're showing me the product. They're showing me what's the process so far on one order. If I don't like it, they have to change it, right? And Tana knows. I mean, there's times I've talked to her at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is what, about a couple hours behind you, 1 o'clock your time.
1 o'clock my time, yeah.
Yeah. So these time zones, you got to sacrifice in this business. You got to do what you got to do, right?
Well, especially in the internet business, nothing closes. It's 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
And when you go worldwide, you're dealing with stuff online. It's kind of be nice to get stuff automated in the future, but yeah, I wanted to talk about some of the we said focus mitts. I've seen. Do you do hand wraps?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got a pair right now.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of trying to setting you up here, man. Help me out.
That's it. You're gonna. I hear you're gonna do a great website. So
we're gonna do a couple things.
Okay, I'm gonna hash this fucking website thing right now because it's pissing me off.
Right.
I've been up your ass for a year to get a fucking website. I have a web designer that's sitting right across the table from me. You're going to employ him.
We'll get it out
and get him to build the website.
We can do that.
For sure.
We're a couple things we know. And the kind of thing what we're hoping to do in Sovereign in the new year is probably just get it more e-commerce ready, get the website up and running so you guys can go buy online.
Yes.
And really kind of focus, get your social media figured out, get that all on the up and up. Not just a Shopify site, but really kind of offer some value with the website. We're not just anybody can throw up a little $10 website where you list equipment, but really kind of get involved in the community, really push your brand, push your message, and and the stuff you're doing different. It's like what we're trying to do with USG is really get involved in the community. You have great relationships with fighters across the world in different sports, and it's really affecting. It's a good thing to have. You're not just a guy trying to make a quick buck. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not like that. It's always been my passion, right? So building a relationship with the boxer is what I'm all about.
Yeah.
I always believe that passion will follow success, and I believe that the past year, building a relationship with all these guys and not worry about the money is what's getting me here. So
can we talk a little bit about your history, which I don't know much about?
He's Asian.
Oh, not quite that. You're Asian. I'm just gonna. Where'd you come from? What's the story? I'm not turned. Were you?
Okay, I'll make it short. Yeah.
Sure.
So my father was in the Vietnam War. He was a medical doctor. So we escaped the war in '79. Came to '79. We were sponsored by some Jewish families, doctors, Dr. Howie, Dr. John, Dr. Dave. This is how I got my name, Howie. It was the first thing I could pronounce, really. How we doing? So Howie. So I just picked Howie, and the Dr. Howie was very honored that I picked his name. And I just stuck by it,
What was your original name then?
Locke, L-O-C.
That's badass. You should have kept that.
Yeah.
Well, Locke Lee. I like it.
Yeah, it's Locke Lee. It's actually Locke Hugh Lee, meaning Locke Lucky Lee.
So have you changed your name legally then to Howie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you Locke from now on. Fuck it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, Locke. It's strong, Locke. I didn't understand why I never kept it, but.
Okay, so you've escaped Vietnam. You've come to Canada. You're sponsored by some Jews. Continue.
Yep. Just growing up was actually was tough. My parents were trying to adapt to the country. My dad had a chance to go back to school to learn some English and stuff and some medical and stuff. It was just way too hard. You know what I mean? So, my dad was, his first job was a dishwasher, $2 an hour. Didn't have a car whatsoever. And then he got promoted to being a fry guy, so making French fries for $2.10. And he told me one night he was walking home in a nice snowstorm, and a complete stranger picked him up, just to drop him home, and he had tears in his eyes, and he couldn't understand why people are actually so nice. And that's when you realize that, wow, man, your father's working really hard, to try and support your kids. And I remember when I was 12, he said to me, he goes, Howie, there's no reason why you can't do better than me in this country. And I couldn't understand at the time. But looking back, we have the opportunity to learn English, go to school, and better ourselves. And he's right. And sorry to say, Dad, yeah, I did better than him. And he's proud, And then if you want to know the whole story, so when I was the age of 27, I owned 2 strip clubs, right, and a sports bar. So I was the youngest strip club owner in Ontario.
What was it called?
So Latin Quarter. So there's one
Latin
in,
core.
yeah, yeah,
Mamacitas.
Latin Quarter, Latin Quarter. So Latin
Yeah.
Quarter in Brampton, and then Latin Quarter in Barrie. So yeah, then now you're playing with the big boys, right? Owning the strip club, and don't believe what you see on TV. You know how the bikers are running and you have to pay them and shit like that. It doesn't work like that. But there's some kind of truth to it too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You let them do their thing in the club. You respect it. There's a fine line of respect between the club owners and the bikers. So as long as you have an understanding, you're good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what happened after the strip clubs? Then you shut them down?
Yeah. So no, I didn't shut it down. So I sold it to a young Italian guy at the age of 32, and he ran it for 3 months. Did not pay the bill. I guess he must have watched too much Sopranos or something. He was more into the party scene, and I don't know what happened.
He thought he was a gangster.
He thought he was a gangster. So 3 months later, the landlord called me and says, we're shutting the club down. Do you want it back? I said, why? Well, they're gonna shut him down, run out of business, so I can actually legally take his license back. But I just didn't want to. It was just too much headache, man. I ran it for like 8 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what did you do when you shut them down then? You were working of some sorts.
No, so after when I shut down the strip club, prior to the strip club was a whole different story. But I skipped that whole part there. But
was that intentional?
Hold on a second. So no. So no, that's not intentional. So prior to the strip club, I ran a live sex show. This is crazy, man. On internet, because 1999 was booming.
Okay.
When the internet started going up and everything, people were buying domain names like crazy just to sell it off again, like abc.com. And I remember 2020, it's 2001. I think when JF Kennedy Jr. died, someone jumped on the line and bought jfk.com, and his family wanted that domain name, and they could buy it. So they bought that name off the guy for $80,000 just to get the name back. It's crazy. So I had the domain name Universal Pictures with an S, and then Universal Studio came back and tried to sue me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were trying to say that I was capitalizing on the market of traffic flow. So you know what? To make the story short, we agreed on a price, and I sold the name, but then I had to rechange the name again.
Okay.
To Universal Pix, PIXXX. And then, it just went on from there, and then that's how I started. And then from that, I left that business to my brother, and then he did his own thing, and then that's how I got into the strip club.
Okay, so like you mean by live sex show, you could just watch people fucking online?
No, it was live cam models. I've done it.
Yeah,
I think we've crossed paths.
Yeah, it was live voyeur, you know what?
Yeah,
and then it came into basically in 2000. Then you can start interacting through voice.
Yeah.
So this is like live stripping.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a companionship online. You know what I mean?
Derek. Yeah.
I did that.
This is Derek's forte.
No, I did that for years and years out of Toronto. We were called Webcam Cash. We had a live platform. We had 1,500 models working for us. Howie.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was hard for me to compete because
we got out for that reason. Dudes. Yeah.
It was very difficult, to try to stay afloat. But it just wasn't me anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get bored quick.
I hear you.
So,
what happened next?
then I got to the strip club. After that, I sold to the young kid, and then for 5 years, at the age of 35 to 40, I pretty much retired at that age. Yeah. Yeah. So for 5 years, I didn't do anything. I just bought properties and stuff, invested it, rent them out, and just enjoy the retirement at the age of 35.
So you don't do that anymore? Have you sold all these properties and all that?
Yeah, I have. I have. It comes with all the business. Sometimes, it comes with poor choices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some gambling problem and everything too, and but I'm not into that no more. So
that's an Asian thing, eh? Like Asians like to gamble.
It's in our blood, man. You know what I mean? But I respect money now.
Speaking of the gambling stuff, what was your? Are you a video lotto guy? Are you going to the casino guy or betting on fights?
No, actually,
what was your
lot of
high?
it's blackjack and roulette.
Yeah, he was in the fucking
Yeah.
thing in a black suit like a gangster, just playing blackjack.
Yeah.
Well,
Guaranteed.
they would send me fucking limos and stuff and hotel vouchers for staying
Um,
a week.
I was listening to old Dana White gambling stories. Like, it kind of made me laugh. Do you have any gambling stories you want to talk about? What was your biggest loss in a single day?
The biggest one, I walked out probably about 35.
Up or down?
Up,
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah, but you never get back. You know what I mean? You walk out, next day you come back with that 35, and you throw that 35 back, and you throw another 10 in.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't last long. Your winnings never last long, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not a gambling kind of guy because I don't like to fucking lose.
I love it, man.
And if I lose, I get pissed.
Yeah.
And when I get pissed, I'd start swinging usually. So I'd get kicked out real quick and then not allowed back.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't like it. I don't like the option of somebody being able to say, "Oh fuck, you lost because of that card is bigger than this one." Fuck you. Give me my money back.
No, there's guys that don't, if you're playing like blackjack, if you sit beside a guy that doesn't know how to fucking pull the card,
You're right.
that's it. Game over. You know what I mean?
Do you still have an active real estate license too?
Real estate license? No,
Yeah.
no. Actually, the funny thing is, I actually started taking my real estate license, and I got through the first course, and then it just wasn't me. I got so many friends that are in real estate business.
Right. Let them do it.
It's really hard, Derek. Man, fuck,
Yeah.
you still got to subsidize your income somehow, right?
Right.
So
No, it's not for me.
Howie, we did have a little bit of an agenda coming on the show today because we do have something to announce
Yeah.
between Sovereign Extracts, USG Canada, and the Final Shot podcast.
We do.
Derek has no idea what
We
this
did,
is,
we
so
did.
I'll let Howie explain it.
Yeah. So for this year, what we want to do, and I was talking to Tanner last week, and I think it's a great way to get the fighters on board. As USG, we're going to be supplying them. If a full sponsorship, USG will supply them with the gear, a walkout gear, custom gear, and with Sovereign, we'll give them the recovery aspect of it with the CBD oil and stuff. And then with Tanner, we can provide them publicity and boost them up. Because I mean, I always believe that you can be a great fighter, but nobody knows who you are. You're shit. So I think the three of us can work hand in hand really well. So when a fighter is fully sponsored by us, they have no choice but to have three logos on there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sovereign, USG, and the Final Shot podcast. And this way, you have constant content all the time. When a fighter comes on board, he's gonna have to get used to being on camera or like what I am now. This is my first time.
Right. Sure.
And it's just to get him noticed. You know what I mean? And with the Final Shot podcast, I believe it could do a lot.
Right. Right.
It
Absolutely.
USG a lot,
Right.
right?
Yeah, we can come up.
So,
Yeah. There's a lot more to
I-
being sponsored than just taking free equipment at the mailbox every day.
Correct.
You
There's-
know?
Yeah. And Tanner even told me too. How he stopped giving out free shit.
That was,
And there's people out there that I make their stuff for, and they think they're fully sponsored, but in reality, a lot of them do pay for their gear.
yeah.
That's a fighter thing, though, because everybody wants to attract new sponsorships, right? So they're like, oh, fucking USG made me this, but what they didn't tell you is I paid $500 for it,
Yeah.
right? So when you get custom gear ain't cheap.
No, it's not, because you're doing one thing at a time, right? The screen printing, the mold.
Yeah,
It's not like doing mass production, making like 25 pieces. You're making one.
exactly.
So it takes a time, and people don't understand that.
It's not cheap.
So,
That's just
no.
so when Howie charges you $500 for custom gear, remember when you go somewhere else, it's going to be 15, maybe 2, maybe $3,000.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
it's not
sure.
cheap.
We haven't talked about the custom gear at all yet, and I wanted to talk about that real briefly. The custom gear allows you break it down as a salesman. What do you get for custom gear? You get your own logo on any piece of equipment that you produce. Is that what happens?
Are we talking about the fight gear itself? The walkout
Yeah,
gear?
yeah. We're both we haven't talked about, and both I want to address. Both
Okay,
the fight
yeah.
gear and the walkout gear. They're two separate things. But start with your favorite.
Okay, so here's the thing. When I first started, I didn't realize, I didn't really know how to price it properly, so I was pretty much giving away. My my first reality of how expensive the fight gear was expensive was when Gary Kopacz called me up and he wanted a custom gear for his fight. And that he was actually fighting with Jean
Pascal.
Pascal, and that fight got canceled.
Yeah.
But that's just too late. He told me he bought a pair of Rival boxing shorts for $600, and he showed me the price tag. I said, "Are you kidding me? $600 for a pair of shorts?" I said, "Hell shit." I said, "You know what? I'll do the whole outfit for $600." That's when I just kind of threw the name, the price in. So vest and shorts for $600, you can't go wrong, right? And then 3/4 man jacket. So the whole thing is like $800, $900. So think about it, that's pretty cheap.
Okay, and that gets you. What does that include for the money you get?
Yeah,
10 logos. Are they screen printed on? Are they embroidered? What?
There's sublimation. So again, here it depends on the level of fighter as well too. With Cody Kopacz, I didn't give him any sublimation at all. He got pretty much the best of the best.
That's
right?
Cody Crowley.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull that vest down.
So you can see Cody Crowley here is not sublimation, right? So we use different fabric. He's got this fox fur on here too. And
oh wow.
Yeah. So this here took some time to make. You see it? It's all embroidery, stitching, color, the back.
Yeah, I don't have anything that nice.
Yeah, well, you haven't friggin' fought, man.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I'm all excited for you. Oh, shit.
I love how karma works. Your phone falls over the minute you fucking talk.
Start being a cunt.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so
and you do the shorts. That's a custom jacket, of course, but the standard one is you get a robe, a boxer's robe, and a tracksuit, or what?
It's this.
Yeah, just the shorts and the top.
This is a cornerman's jacket, but
yeah,
it's similar to this.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have to throw the cornerman jacket in, but being a team, you should at least
look like a team. Yeah, I agree with that.
And let's transition over into the custom gear, and that gets you. We have one in front of me, but again, you can put. It's nothing I've ever seen. I've been to your competitors' websites before, and they don't offer this service. This is unique, it seems.
Yeah, I think USG found a niche, in the business that no one's really taken in at full force. So I grabbed it, and you know what? I think it's going really well. We become pretty much the king of custom gear.
Right, and just looking at these custom gears I have in front of me, I see this word on the tracksuits, and I see it on the gloves. Where does the unstoppable?
Yeah, so USG stands for Unstoppable Sports Gear.
Unstoppable sports gear. Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was when I looked it up. That came up as Ultimate Sports Gear.
That's the original.
Yeah, that's the original. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be on what is it? Ultimate anymore. I want to be Unstoppable.
Okay, I didn't know that. So very cool. Yeah. So that explains that. Okay, cool.
All right. Along with positives, always come negatives, and we're going to talk about it. I'm sorry, but when you first broke into the business, you linked up with the CPBC.
Mm-hmm.
And that went south real quick.
Yeah, I was surprised with that. I was just put in a corner there.
Well, there's been a couple people that have come along in the last year that have been real pieces of shit. Mm-hmm. And have done some underhanded things to you, like try to get you to sign a contract that says that basically they own your gloves.
Yeah.
That did happen.
Yep.
Another company saying that they're a partner of yours and trying to call the shots for you, saying who you can sell your gloves to, who you can be in business with, who you can be friends with, when they're going to use your gloves, how they're going to use your gloves, and what they're going to put on your gloves.
Are you talking about the CPBC?
Correct.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
What went down, man? Like, let's just air it out because nobody's talked about it.
Yeah, I'll be truthful. I'm a guy that's pretty transparent, straight up. I'm a giver, and I always believe respect is a big thing. But when this happened between you and Don Collette, I don't know what happened. You guys had a beef.
Don Collette went around telling people that I beat my wife.
Yeah, I heard that. It's true?
That's true. It's not true that I beat my wife. Fuck no.
It's true. Fuck yeah. I mean, no. I mean, no shit.
Derek, don't edit that part. That was perfect. Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't understand why he would call me up and he says, "Listen, I don't want you to deal with Tanner Wilshire." I said, "Why?" He goes, "He's a fucking asshole. He's this and that. He's no good for you. You know, you stop dealing with him." I said, "He's never done anything wrong with me. You know what I mean? I can't go and just listen to someone, just by what they say." I said, "This is between you and him." So the funny thing is, this all happened pretty much. I can't remember, Tanner, was it the day I found my wife passed away, or is it the day after?
It was the day after.
Bad timing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, day after. The day after, he gave me an ultimatum. He says, "If you deal with Tanner in the Final Short podcast, we will no longer be associated with you." I said, "Holy shit! Like, my wife just passed away. Like, what's going on here? Like, give me some, like." I didn't want to think about anything because I was just
wrong time.
Wrong time, very wrong time. And I come to realize that no one should be put in a situation where they can be dictators, Armstrong to told what to do. I'm 46. I'm turning turning 47 in a few weeks.
You just don't have time for that. Too old for this
yeah,
shit.
No, we're all adults here, right? So it's a lot of drama. And he just told me, and then he started telling me that if I continue to deal with Tanner, my gloves won't be no longer approved in Ontario. I said, "How is that possible? My gloves were already approved by the commission before I even met you." He would go on saying that oh my God, there's a few things he said that almost like blackmail.
Wow.
We won't longer use the gloves. We'll get it not approved. You're making a mistake. Tanner's this, Tanner's that. And I just got so
wow.
What? I can't deal with this shit no more. And that was it. And it's all a lie. And then now I'm reaching out to my sponsees, telling them that they can't wear my attire, my custom gear, if they're thinking of fighting on the CPBC fight card. Like, who are they to tell, fighters what they can and cannot wear? I mean, fighters depend on sponsorship, So
Well, here, I'll tell all those fighters that got that message a little bit of truth. There's no such thing as a CPBC fight card. CPBC is a sanctioning body that puts on Canadian title fights. Promoters put on fight cards.
Correct.
The CPBC doesn't get to dictate shit. I'll say it again. Don Collette gets to show up to a fight, wrap a shitty belt around somebody's waist, and go home. That's it. Sanctioning, fuck. Athletic commissions deal with gloves. Fighters can wear whatever the hell they want, as long as it comes within the restrictions and guidelines of what they're supposed to wear for a professional fight.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't get to dictate anything.
So I was very surprised when I was getting some messages from my fighters saying, "What's going on here? Like Don is telling me I can't wear your outfit if I'm gonna fight on his fight card." I said, "There's no fight card," or if he's actually throwing a title belt in that fight card that they're not allowed to wear. So, the last fight with Cody Crowley, he was super excited, and I know that Cody Crowley would pull me on board and come for the ride. This is a big fight, you know what I mean, with the UFC Fight Pass. And I was very surprised that, I was ready to make him a new outfit, for this show, and no, nothing. No gloves, no ASG was exposed on that fight card at all.
That's unfortunate because I feel that Cody is at a level where he doesn't need a CPBC belt, where he could go fight for something else, an NABA title, a WBC international title, anything. You don't need that. I don't understand why. But that's his choice, and it's none of my business. But here's what I would like to see Cody Crowley do, is move on and go after bigger things in the CPBC, because realistically, in the grand scheme of boxing, nobody fucking knows who they are.
Yeah.
Reality.
That's so true. Like Tanner, you everything that you've told me from last year, if I look back now, you hit everything right on the nail.
I'm a fucking
You know,
fortune teller.
you are, and I want to ask you for some lottery tickets. But here's the thing that you said. Here's the thing you said to me too. You know, you said to me last year. Said Howie, if you were to leave the CPBC, I guarantee you, your business and your doors will open so much. I I didn't know. You know what I mean? And as soon as this whole, I guess everything happens for a reason. So all these incidents happen, and sure enough, telling you, my hat goes off to you, brother. You were right. As soon as they actually posted that they're no longer with USG anymore, and I
Perfect.
started getting text messages from promoters and stuff saying, "Really?
I
You're not
fucking
with them
told
anymore?"
you.
And then all of a sudden, business starts opening up.
I told
So
you.
yeah, I know, Mr. Fortune Teller.
Because here's the reality. Don Collette is the biggest sleazeball in Canadian boxing. It's widely known. Nobody
Yeah,
will deal with him.
I was so naive. You know, I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean? He's a great guy. You know, like I said, you know, when it comes down to the whole business side of it, I think he's pretty arrogant.
Well, his downfall is he thinks that he's bigger than he actually is, and I'll say to his credit that that's a good mindset to have sometimes,
Yeah, yeah,
but in the reality, you can't fully believe it. Like, you think Russ Amber created the biggest like rival boxing off of thinking that he was the biggest thing on the planet? Probably, but he didn't believe it until he actually did it.
yeah, yeah,
The WBC is huge because they've been
yeah,
around since fucking the beginning of time.
yeah.
They put on multiple title fights a month.
No, that's so true because with the CPBC, I only had, I think it was 3 fight cards the whole year, if that. You know,
Right?
it's three, yeah, maybe three or two last year.
But
It wasn't much.
you see, like, what's a lesser title? Fuck, I don't even know. WBU, they put on title fights all the time. WBF, the real WBF, they got title fights fucking every week. But then we have Canadians that are boxing constantly on big shows like Eye of the Tiger Management, KO Boxing, Lee Baxter Promotions, Three Lions Promotions, Tyson's Caves Promotions, Ian McKillop's promotion, all of these. Dakota Boxing, they're another one that puts on shows regularly. They have actually had CPBC title fights on there, but you don't see them. Why?
Yeah.
There's fights that go on every week in Canada, and you don't see these belts being competed for. You see guys wanting NABA titles, WBA titles, WBC international titles, or Canadian titles, or whatever the fuck they got going on. But
Yeah,
our Canadian titles don't mean shit because the WBA has a Canadian title and people compete for that. We have NABA titles that actually get you into rankings and people compete for that.
right, right.
Who's a CPBC champion right now that competes regularly other than Cody Crowley? Or Gary Kopis? But fuck, Gary hasn't defended the title in a while now. They have they have a heavyweight champion that's been the champion for 3 years and he hasn't fought.
Yeah.
Raymond Wally. And Big Ray's a motherfucker, man. He's a nasty motherfucker. But the problem is they ain't got no money. And they always want money for my belt. Why would I give you $3,000 to put your belt on when I could give that to the NABA?
Yeah, right.
Get a real belt.
Well, I mean, Tyson Cave, you know, my hat goes off to him and thank him a lot. He brought USG to the next level to put on, you know, his fight card, having used the gloves and everything, and having now USG recognized by the WBC.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
That's a huge stepping stone there last month.
That's
you know
cool.
I mean?
And we've seen USG across the world this year too. I
It's
believe
gonna get there.
Mr. Ryan Ford brought USG to Germany.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Right.
Or Russia, one of the two.
Germany, yeah. Germany.
That's cool. And then you branched into MMA this year, and you have a good working relationship with Prospect Fighting.
Yeah, Jamie Champion, another great guy. Yeah, he's helped get my gloves approved, and it just took off. It took off. All the fighters love the MMA hand form fitting gloves. Um, Another guy that I respect a lot. You know what I mean? Like without all these amazing people that's in my life that's helped me to get where I am now, I can only grow so big on my own, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you helped a lot too, Tanner. You know, and I appreciate that. And we became friends. You know, we talk all the time and stuff like that, and I appreciate that. And that's where our relationship is just not just business; it's on a friendship level. You know.
Yeah.
So I take your advice and your recommendation to the heart. You know, when you say, Howie, this is not the guy you want to talk to, done. I don't want to question about it anymore. You know. The first couple months you were telling me, I don't know, but now, no, there's no doubt.
No
doubt.
second guessing it now. I told you the other day not to deal with somebody, and I meant it. I don't care how much money they offer you. Don't fucking do it because you're gonna lose money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not gonna be making any more custom gloves for any fight card, for any promoters to say that it's the official gloves of that of that company or whatever the case is. It'll be USG.
You almost lost your shirt on that one. It was close.
Yeah. I know.
Do we tell the story? Do we tell the story?
I don't mind. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll tell the story. So, Elite Championship Boxing, I won't even say the fucking shitcan's name that runs that promotion, but they contacted Howie to do some custom gloves. They wanted to have official gloves for their fight card, which is kind of a cool idea. But they wanted their logo on the glove, and then what did it have to say on the cuff?
I have a pair of samples here. It says it's the official fight glove of the Elite Championship.
Okay.
Manufactured by USG.
Now they wanted you to sign a contract.
Yeah.
What do you got? Fucking Ebola, man? Anyway, what's the contract?
The contract was just simple. It was just basically saying that that USG will make their gloves to spec.
To Elite Championship Boxing specs. But their specs were your specs.
That's
correct?
Yeah.
So in turn, they would have owned your gloves.
Yeah, I called you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called you for the advice for that. You said, "You're fucking kidding me? Did you read between the lines?" I had to read again. I was like, "Oh shit, you're right."
Did you take that to a lawyer?
No, you were my lawyer.
Oh, okay.
I stopped it right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, there's no buts and ifs right there.
In turn, you never received any monies from these people, even for a mock-up?
No mock-up design, no samples, no nothing yet, no.
No money for any of that?
No.
Rude. Or a thank you.
Did you receive a thank you?
I believe so. It says thank you for sending it.
Oh god.
But that's what I'm assuming after the thank you to say, yeah, your money's on your way.
You'd think so, but there was also some emails that were sent your way too, that were not from a person, somebody imitating that person.
That was confusing. I don't know what.
Very confusing, right?
Someone says, yeah, we'll take care of the payment and other stuff, and then never heard from them again. So I don't know.
That person, that email that came from, I've already explained this to you. Mm-hmm. But that person was never in business with this other person.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with the promotion.
Yeah.
They're not a sponsor. They're not nothing.
Yeah. I've never met Lino, but the times that we've spoken, he seems like a great guy.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
Who's that guy?
I'm going to have to censor beep that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. What's the time code on here?
But he comes across.
I don't discredit anybody. I don't discredit anybody. It's a live and learn lesson, right? So
here's what I do: is I make judgments off of my experiences with people.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why I'm saying right now. Like Tanner, your recommendation and advice goes a long way.
But so my first interaction with this guy was, I was like, oh, okay, he's a little fucking nuts. That's fine.
You were supposed to fight on his card or something, right?
Oh yeah, but it got canceled.
Fuck all these cancellation, man.
But
that's stress on me too, because I got to make all your outfits and all of a sudden.
Here's the thing: is I knew it was never going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Now, whatever contract I signed is null and void. I'm sorry, but you cannot hold me to that contract. You've already breached it. And I knew it was going to happen. For the sole fact that he ain't got no money. How are you going to put on a fight card with no money? None. You can't. You signed all these guys. You got all these guys in the gym for months and months and months getting ready for fights. You bring a guy out of retirement to come fight. He's one of the baddest dudes ever in Canadian combat sports. He gets in the gym. He's training. He's getting ready to fight. Now I go online and I post that this fucking thing ain't happening. Right?
Yeah.
He blocks me and then posts a bunch of bullshit about me on his page. Something about I'm full of shit, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You don't think people have fucking memories? 1 week later, you go and you say your fight card is postponed.
Yeah.
That means it's canceled, bitch. I'm sorry. It's canceled.
Yeah.
Then you hide for 2 months. Nothing. Crickets. You come back 2 months later. Oh, we're holding the press conference December 12th. December 12th rolls by. Nothing.
Yeah.
You post all fighters that have signed contracts with Elite Championship Boxing. Get a hold of the office. The office is your garage, moron. Oh, and all contracts that have been breached will be remedied for 2020. We have fights coming up. Listen, guys, do not sign another contract because it ain't happening. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk a whole ton of shit about this guy, but fuck me sideways. How many times? I got fucked at least 4 times by this guy because I'm an idiot. Never fucking again. It's not happening. If anybody's in business with this guy that I even know, I'm axing those people out of my life because you know what? Poison spreads.
Well, what if he wants to use USG gloves?
Fuck you.
Just strictly using USG gloves. No customization. No whatever. Just use the gloves.
Listen, I can't tell you what to do in life, but I'll give you a recommendation. If he calls you and says, Howie, I'll give you $5,000 and I'm strictly going to use your gloves on my fight card, I guarantee you'll lose $50,000 in sales.
Wow.
I can guarantee it.
Haters, eh? He's got a lot of haters then.
The whole city. Talk about the guys he fucked over in Mexico. Talk about the guys he fucked over in Ontario. Talk about the guys he fucked over in Manitoba. Talk about the guys he fucked over in Saskatchewan.
Well, let's hope 2020 be a better year, for all of us.
2020 is going to be a great year because we're not dealing with any of these morons. It's great. No more morons. Now we do have some fun things coming up in 2020. January 25th. Steve the Dragon Claggett's back in action in Montreal for Eye of the Tiger Management. That's going to be an epic fight. Adam the Boogeyman Braidwood. Now, KO Boxing hasn't announced this fight yet, but it's widely known that this fight is going to happen in March at some point. Adam Braidwood versus Stan Cermak. The promoters agreed to it. We just got to wait for the commission to approve it. Ryan the Real Deal Ford will be going over to Poland. And I don't know if he's going to defend his title or go for a different one. But there'll probably be a belt involved in that. What else we got going on?
I just had some sovereign extracts.
Oh, Derek just got high.
You guys love that shit, eh?
I kind of wanted to talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about sovereign extracts for a little bit.
Yeah.
As I grab my voice. It's a CBD-based THC company that you own or have rights to?
Yeah, I don't own it. I have rights to. Yeah, we're partnered up.
And what's the story with the company, or why did you kind of verge in that direction?
Actually, funny how we met. It's through MJ. Was it MJ or JM? Fuck, I forgot his name already.
That moron.
See? Yeah. They reached out to me and they want to get to the whole industry of providing the CBD to the fighters for fast recovery. And I never heard about CBD, to be honest with you. And I suffer from anxiety quite a bit, just from overworking and stuff. And I took a sample of it, and sure enough, this stuff it's miracle, man. I love this stuff.
Right.
So we partnered up, and legally we partnered up and started introducing, because they needed to get their name out there. And what better way to get their name out there is through fighters.
Yeah.
You know, with excessive training and stuff for recovery, pain management. Yeah, so they jumped on board, and you know what? They're very grateful that they went from not being in the industry at all to now all the fighters pretty much across Canada know who Sovereign is.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of our sponsorship as well, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of unique. Do you know anything about the product line?
No, you know what? No, just boxing is my field, and
Yeah.
whatever. So
I've
I will
seen
say something I know.
what I was hoping for in the new year is like almost like a cream. I've seen some CBD type creams, so like ointments type stuff. But you have it.
Yeah. We got some stuff coming out. Some pretty cool stuff coming out.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So Sovereign Extracts is another one of your babies, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's growing, and I believe that this year is going to be a stepping stone for all of us, really.
Okay.
We're going to branch to the U.S. as well.
And that's you go through you to get samples, or not samples,
yeah.
but to get information on that, just go through you directly.
Yeah, so this is where you're going to come in hand.
Yeah.
I want to build a website where all three of us are tied in. So if someone calls the Final Shot podcast with a promo code, this
Sure.
way we can monitor where the sales is coming from.
Track sales, of course.
Yeah, you know what I mean? With promo code, and then make it easier for all the fighters too to order, their CBD on USG page as well.
Right.
It is kind of hard.
Here's
to
the
get
major issue is people getting a hold of Sovereign Extracts, because Sovereign's not a retailer.
Yeah.
They're a distributor, which they distribute to places, but not homes. So, like, if I want to call up and say, "Hey, man, I need 4 bottles of 1,000 milligram tincture," they'll be like, "All right, you got to go find a retailer."
That's right.
That's a pain in the ass.
100%.
So, if we could make it that we could do it from the website, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, because I told them I want to concentrate on Toronto being the east coast of distribution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's easier. And I have access to all of it too. So if you guys want something, just call me up. And I know you had a hard time even getting hold of Sovereign too.
Yes.
Right? And then basically you called me, you wanted something, and I made it happen. So
yeah, I need a refill.
easier.
I already told you that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on it already. You and Derek, just let me know what you guys want.
Derek wants everything that turns him into a space cadet.
Not really. No, but yeah, I didn't want to really touch on that, but I just wanted to make it a little more easier for the people that are listening, where to get it, how to get it, and then we'll talk about like, new business models that you can do, like a subscription-based service, like every month, just once you put your credit card in every month, you'll get these turns. So you're not ordering it all again; it just comes automatically. And
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's like an auto ship.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you offline about like maybe 15 different avenues we can do to make it easier for fighters and all that cool stuff.
You turn it into like Dollar Beard Club kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Where you get, this is my package. It comes out on the 3rd of every month, and then it shows up on the 7th. Perfect.
Right. You don't.
Yeah.
All right, so 2020 is here, Howie. We're at the first day of 2020. What is your vision for the first 6 months?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. You know what? I had a few envisions there. The first 6 months, what I wanted to focus on is, my God, it's a tough one. I want to basically look at all my sponsorship that I have from last year, and I'm thinking of narrowing it down.
Okay.
Like you said, I'd rather have a handful of great sponsorship than having 20.
Yes.
Right. And it's all going to come with new sponsorship agreements. Last year, we just kind of winged it. So it wasn't serious, where no one really posted anything. And when you're giving out quite a free stuff, you expect something back in return. So we have to have some kind of an equal balance of investment.
Yes.
So anybody we're going to sign on the first 6 months, they're going to have to sign it, agree to it. If they don't oblige to it, we'll take their gear back, or they can pay the difference of.
Yeah, just invoice them.
Cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in life come down to, But if I give you a pair of pants, Derek, for no charge, are you going to treat them good? Probably not.
Right.
You're going to run and just fucking do knee slides on the grass.
Right.
But if you go out and you buy those jeans for $100, you're going to treat them like gold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you treat it with value. Yeah.
So
And
there
that's what you told me, Tanner.
has to be a value attached to these things. Like,
Yeah.
I get a lot of questions. Oh, why do you get so much free shit?
Right.
Well, in turn, to me, it's not free. You know what I mean? Like, there's advertising costs when you put up stuff like this in the background of my show, or I wear a walking billboard, or I shout you out every week on my show, like more than once, or I'm posting about your custom gear, or I'm ripping commercials about your shit. That all takes time, and that all takes money
and resources.
And as much as everybody likes to think that advertising on a podcast is free, it's fucking not.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan makes fucking $1 million a show off of that shit.
Yeah, it's like $40,000 an
Wait.
episode. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I have working relationships with people, and I'm very fortunate to have that, which is cool. But anyway, doesn't matter. But no, I don't get free shit. It all costs me time and money. Right? Maybe not paper money,
people,
but
people don't see that. They don't see that,
no.
So,
But when Howie is doling out thousands of dollars for free shit and getting nothing in return, that's not cool.
Yeah, it actually came from us not feeling not bad. I don't know what the right word is. We were just driving one day, Tanner and I, and we said that. And getting the proper influencers, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference from not maybe a guy not performing, but if the guy's like Dylan Carmen's a great example, has a lot of screen experience, can get in there and really sell a product and really get out there. Or if the guy's up and coming or well involved with his community, if he's doing his other stuff, if he's within the community, the box community, is just a good dude, and it's something that can work out. But I just felt some of the guys that were getting free stuff, and I'm no one to talk, but didn't deserve it or don't appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Just don't work for it. You need to work for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2020 for the Final Shot podcast. We're going to try to not repeat 2019. Yeah. I was very busy in 2019. I had a son with work and fucking dealing with bullshit. We're going to try not to skip any weeks.
I get it really, man.
Like, there's a meme that went out a little while ago that says it's actually hard to get podcast guests. Like, everybody thinks it's easy, but it's fucking hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, narrowing people down to a time that works for them, a time that works for me.
Yeah.
It's not fucking easy.
Right, to come on. And then we're still, since it's still pretty renegade, it's like we got technology issues. Like, some of these guys aren't known.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just they're out of frame or their audio's off or something we're trying to fix in post. So it's not like we have a traditional studio where people come in and sit down. We can really get that vibe. We're kind of grabbing drives between training camps, between taking a dump, trying to get 10 minutes.
Doing dumb shit.
And then
fucking stupid. When
we take risks and go out and get some of these guys, we've had experiences and we've scrapped full podcasts in the past. Some guys,
I don't know how you guys do it, man.
Some guys just aren't meant for it.
No. Some guys, Howie, I'm sorry, man. We're not going to air this.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I get a lot of questions in 2019. Are you going to fight? I'm 37 years old. I have 2 blown out elbows, unfortunately, that I need surgery. The only way I'll fight in 2020 is if Mel Lubick puts me on her fight card. That's it. And I need 3 months' notice. But that's it. The only person I'll fight for is her ever. Unless that opportunity arises, I will not. But what I will do is stay active in the fight community. I posted an Instagram story the other day that said #watchdog. I've been called that a bunch of times in the last year. I'm a watchdog because I air out the bullshit. And I'll continue to do that in 2020. Whether it pisses people off or not, I don't fucking care. We need less greasy shit in combat sports.
True.
It's a very pure sport where 2 guys are getting in there and duking it out, mano, blood, sweat, and tears are spilled. We don't need people fucking people over. I'm going to try to be a little bit nicer in 2020. Probably not. But I have a hard time with it because I don't like beating around the bush.
You're straight up, man.
You know that. I've yelled at you a couple times.
Yep, true.
But
True.
2020 is a new year. Let's kick it off with a good start. No more fucktards. Howie, you got anything you want to shout out today? You want anything? There's one more thing I do want to say to you.
Yep.
Something unfortunate did happen to you this year where your wife died.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you actually found her.
yeah. I found her dead in our bedroom, and I came home to check up on her after surgery.
Other than a child, that is the worst fucking thing that could happen to a person ever.
Yeah.
Now you took that hard, and
Yeah,
you've
pretty
recovered.
hard.
You've recovered a little bit,
Yep.
but
Yep.
there's always something that'll always be there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did I tell
again,
you?
like I said, you made something very, very, I don't know. I don't want to get teary eyes right now, but you said to me, you know what, Howie, no one ever dies unless you keep their memory alive. And I said, you know what, that fucking made sense. And so now, every 30th of every month, it's like my body's like clockwork. It just hits me, hits me hard. And then 2 p.m. comes around, it's like my body just stops. I just know. That's the time I found her on the 30th,
Yep.
It was the hospital's fault. They released her too soon. They said she was clear from pneumonia. And then autopsy came back. Her left lung still had pneumonia with bacterial infection. I mean, she just turned 39 April the 18th, and 12 days later, passed away.
Done.
Yeah. Well, 4 days after this, when they released her, she passed away at home.
You still got your screensaver on your phone?
Yeah, I do. Thank you. It's beautiful, brother. It's small little things like that I know that I have friends out there. You know what I mean? I speak to you a lot. Ryan Ford, I speak to a lot. Chad.
Selkirk, yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about him today. Fuck, we probably should have talked about him.
He's an incredible guy. You know what I mean?
He's the official USG dealer in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you know what? I pretty much consider him as my partner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's humble and the same page, and if I succeed, he's gonna succeed. He's an amazing guy. So yeah, I'm blessed to have him as a partner. Just working with USG.
Is there anything else you want to say today, Howie, or have you said it all?
I pretty much said it all. You know what? I'm not really a special guy to be on here anyways, but I just wanted to be on here and introduce myself.
You want to tell anybody to fuck off?
No, I'm not like that, brother. My father said to me, actually, it's my father's birthday today. He's a baby.
What's his name?
Kevin.
Kevin
Lee.
Kevin Lee. Oh, he's a fighter too, eh? UFC fighter, Kevin Lee. He's black though. But happy birthday, Kevin.
So it's his birthday today, and then basically, my father said to me, "There's respect in this world. Okay, the first respect is a recognition, respect for a job well done. Recognize someone for his job, respect that. And the second respect is human respect, which everybody deserves. It doesn't matter if he's a bum. It doesn't matter if you don't like the guy or whatever the case is. He deserves his respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I believe when you live that life, you don't have to look over your shoulder.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap this motherfucker up. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Howie
Happy
Lee.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Luckily.
Luckily. What was I gonna say? USG Canada. If you guys want to order anything from USG, you can hit up Howie. His email address is howie@usgcanada.com. If you're in Saskatchewan, I urge you to contact Chad Selkirk or Black Star Boxing for your USG needs. Also, your Sovereign Extract needs. They sell the CBD there at the gym, I believe. Am I lying?
Nope.
Okay.
Everything's there. Everything's there.
For
I'll be
Sovereign...
setting that stuff, scarves and everything too. It's on the way.
Oh, you ratted yourself out. I was going to surprise Derek with those two. Fuck.
Sorry, Derek.
Oh, well,
That's okay.
whatever. So, yeah, hit up Chad Selkirk if you're in the Saskatchewan area if you want anything USG. You can also hit up myself, and I can point you in the right direction to find out where you can buy anything Sovereign Extracts or USG Canada. Derek, you got anything else?
No, thank you very much.
All right, that's the final shot.